Okay, so first I'm going to go in with the Master Prime by Maybelline. I'm using this because this is a light primer that I can use, and I'm just doing it for the video. But if you're going out for Halloween and you're going to be partying, make sure you use a heavy duty primer that is good for oil control, because as much as I love this primer, it does nothing for oil control. So use one like the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. That's a really good one for heavy duty sweating and partying the night away. So next I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz and comb through my brows just to get the hairs in line and in check, honey, because they're doing their own thing right now. And then I'm going to go in and align under my brow first and then on top. I find that lining under the brow first and then going about 3/4 of the way to the front, from front to back, and drawing the tail on and then filling in with the hair strokes helps to give that more natural brow. Now, we know in the 90s it was all about the natural brow, honey, thickness and all that good stuff. So I kind of wanted to marry the 90s brow with the 2017 fleek brow. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. You'll see me doing the individual hair strokes, but you'll see me clean it up really good at the end, like we tend to do with our Instagram brows that we normally rock. So right here you just see me putting in those individual strokes to give that natural appearance. With the Anastasia Brow Wiz, there is no reason to press down hard. The lightest application will give you a decent amount of products on your face. That's why so little comes in the tube, because you literally hardly you have to just run it over, no pressure at all, and you will get pigment from it. So now I'm going in with a spoolie and combing the hairs into place again, just to help give that more natural effect. Make sure no hairs are out of order. And then I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Toffee and really clean up under those brows, because mine have not been arched in God knows how long, even though I tweezed them, but they still look a mess. So we want to just really clean them up, get that sharp line. Now I'm cleaning them up, not cleaning them up, but I'm blending them out with this brush by Morphe. All of the products and brushes will be listed down below, so just check the description bar for that. But right now I'm cleaning up that extra product that tends to build up under the brow and cause that halo effect. I personally don't like that look. If that's how you like for your brows to look, by all means, honey, slay, okay? But for me, I prefer a more natural but sharp look. So right now I'm just going in and cleaning up any imperfections that I see that are bothering me. But always remember that brows are sisters and not twins. So if they are not perfectly symmetrical like the Instagram models, it is okay, honey. Just strut and slay. Now I'm just going in with the spoolie in the front and combing out the front to make it look more natural. And now we're doing foundation. So this is the Naked Skin by Urban Decay. I will put the shade in the description bar, and I'm using a Morphe brush to just blend it out. I'm using my summer shade. So we all know that the queen was very brown back in the day. She was more chocolate than she is today. So I wanted to go for my deepest shade that I normally am, and this is my summer foundation. Like I said, I just want it to be very brown. So I'm just making sure I cover all of the areas, making sure it's neat. I chose to use the brush because I didn't really want the foundation to be sheared out like it tends to do with sponges. Not all sponges, but some tend to, and I just wanted to use a brush today. So now I'm going in with the Ruby Kisses concealer. I'll leave the color down below. This is a good dupe for the LA Pro Conceal. It's a little more wet. I'm sure if you let it dry down a bit, you may be able to build the coverage, but I wanted something that was going to give me coverage and not be too much. Now I'm blending it out with the Miracle Complexion sponge by Real Techniques. I love this sponge to death. It is damp. If you wonder why your sponge is not working, that may be why. Make sure you're dampening it. And I'm rolling it into the skin to really help it blend out. And I'm going around the edges as well and down the bridge of my nose, just to make sure everything is super blended. But we still want to be highlighted for the gods, because that's how Kim looked in the video, and we are trying to get as close as possible. Now we're going in with the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. You've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you've seen it a million times before. So today I was trying something new, and I wanted to use a cosmetic wedge to set my under eye. And yeah, as you can see, that's not working out too well. The powder was super blotchy, and I don't want to blame the sponge. It could totally just be how I was doing it. It just was not working out for me, and I was hoping like if I picked up more powder it would spread itself out, but we're baking a cake at this point. So I decided to go for what I know, because honey, that was not working for me. And I'm just going to use my damp complexion sponge by Real Techniques. Like, don't try anything new. Like, obviously it's going to be new, but I just don't recommend trying new techniques this night. Like, practice it a couple of times before, so you don't have to do what I'm doing now, and that's going in and trying to fix it. Now when the look is done, you can't tell the difference, but it'll save you, a couple of extra steps. And I'm going in with the NYX Contour Book in the deepest shade, and just putting that right there under the cheekbone, temples of the forehead, honey, and blending it out. Blend until that hand hurts, baby. Yes. So I want to point out that Kim was very contoured in this video. I guess it was the thing to do then. So I just wanted to make sure I was super contoured, and I went under with some setting powder underneath the contour to give me that chiseled look. But don't worry, it's all going to come together in the end. Don't forget to set your forehead, the bridge of your nose, and your chin. Make sure you set that too, because I forgot to. Now I'm going in with the second to deepest shade from the NYX Contour Book, and just contouring my nose with that very same brush that we used to blend out that under eyebrow concealer. And just go down the sides and up into that inner corner part of the eye, and I'm dragging it just over the tip of the nose there to give that button look, but not too heavy. And now I'm wiping off the excess concealer and making the brush quote unquote clean and blending it out until I achieve the contour that I'm looking for. Now I'm sweeping away that powder with a nice brush from Morphe. There is no product on this brush. I am literally just sweeping away the setting powder. I like to sweep it away first and then go back in with another powder to help clear the rest and blend it out. I find that this method works best for me, but by all means, baby, do you. Now I'm going in with my Mack Mineralized Skin Finished in the color Dark. And I'm going in with this Kabuki brush by e.l.f. I love this brush. It is so soft. Like, e.l.f. is not what it used to be. e.l.f. is not e.l.f. anymore. They're not the dollar brushes that they used to be. e.l.f. has really come up, and this brush is so soft and it blends like a dream, honey. I got mine from Target. I will link it below. Actually, no, I got mine from Walmart. Ooh, I'm lying. Yeah, I got it from Walmart. But I am just blending and blending and blending, honey, until everything marries together, till there are not any harsh lines. When you see me go over my contour, it's with a very light hand, so I don't blend it out completely. Now I'm going in with Sun Power. It is a blush by Mack as well. I'm going in right on the cheek. I wanted it to be heavy because it was the 90s, but my monitor made it look way heavier than it actually was. So I'll take a look at it and you'll see me go back in with that Kabuki brush and my face powder to kind of just blend it out. If you ever have an issue like you feel like you put on too much blush or highlight or contour, just go on with your face powder and it'll help diffuse it. So now we're going to do the lips, using a dark pencil by Nicka K, and we are overlining, baby. Yes, Kim's lips were super juicy in the video, and mine not so much. Yeah, so there's nothing a little makeup can't fix, honey. We are going to create those shadows and make that lip look super plump and juicy, just like the queen bees in the video. If you want a separate video on overlining, let me know and I will be sure to upload one, because I haven't seen too many for women of color, because we typically have juicy lips, but I don't, so I like to overline. So if you want to see it, let me know. Now I'm going in with this nice red by NYX. I had a perfect red and could not find it, and yes, I kicked myself. So I decided to use this matte red instead. It's really pretty and it blended out very, very nicely. And just go in with a clear lip gloss, anyone, it really doesn't matter, and put it just over top to give you that pop, honey. Make that lip look good. Yes. Now I'm going in with my Skindinavia setting powder. It's the Bridal. It is my favorite. I live for it. I stand for it. Yes, honey, it keeps that makeup in place. And we wouldn't be LIL Kim if we didn't have her signature mold. So just use, like, you know, a pencil or an eyeliner. I'm using a felt tip eyeliner by Maybelline, my very favorite. And just going in and thickening it, making the mold bigger until it gets to the size that I want it to be. So now pull out that red wig, baby, and put it on. And now you'll just see me kind of styling it and getting it into place, just playing around with it until I figure out, you know, exactly what I want to do with it. I started with the swoop on the wrong side. I looked at the pictures and her swoop was actually opposite the side of her mold. So I just combed through the hairs and just keep messing with it until you get it perfect, because it took me a while. Even though the clip you're going to see is not very long, it took me quite a while to get it together. The wig actually had the audacity to have baby hairs, and they were really in the way. And this is a cosplay wig from Amazon, and I will make sure I link it below as well. So once you kind of got the style together, just kind of brush it into place and then cut it to the length that you desire. I wanted mine to be similar to her, so I went in with a razor comb. I feel like the scissors are too blunt for me as an amateur cutter, so I went in with my razor comb because it also took away some of the bulk. I didn't want such a blunt cut because hers wasn't super blunt. So I also went in with some mist by, I forget the name of the company. They make the Moroccan stuff in the blue. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So I sprayed that mist on there. Be mindful of how much you spray because it does thin the hair. It causes it to clump together and you can see through it more. So don't use too much. I think I used a little too much, so learn from my mistake. Throw on those red glasses, honey. These also came from Amazon. Yes, they are Prime. And throw on your fur, baby, and you are officially LIL Kim. Don't forget, dream big, love hard, make mistakes, but have no regrets. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.